Wild animals finding their way into our homes is nightmare fuel because of how unpredictable and dangerous they can truly be. Here are some terrifying moments that these people had with terrifying wild beasts. This moose broke into their home and destroyed everything in its path. The owners of the home were not even present at the time, but rather it was their cleaning staff that had come over and noticed the moose causing absolute chaos around the home. However, because they didn't know the word for moose in Spanish, they tried to explain to the owners that there was a grande brown animal in their home. All the damage done by this terrifying North American animal is as follows: a broken window, the ping pong table being split in two, went into every bedroom of the home and defecated in each and every one. Thankfully though, the moose was able to be captured and tranquilized to be removed safely. But it took 12 men to do it. They didn't take him anywhere though, but simply dragged him out of the front door, waited for him to wake up, and then just let him walk away. Easy peasy. A massive king cobra was found in this family's toilet. King cobras are one of the most venomous snakes in the world, and to find one uninvited chilling in your toilet is an absolute nightmare. One strike from one of these snakes can take down an entire elephant in the span of 3 hours, so you can only imagine the effect it has on humans. While using the toilet early in the morning, the man noticed its yellow golden brown body poking out from one of the holes in the toilet, trying its best to stay hidden from sight. Obviously not having it though, the man calls a couple of pest control workers to come get it out of his darn toilet. It tried to slither away at first, almost even striking one of the workers in the heel before being placed in a secure bucket. How would you react if you woke up to that? Zebra breaks into a family home and becomes a part of said family. Zebras are definitely an animal I wouldn't have expected to make their way into a house, but this one simply barges right in easily. He seems to really like eating their breakfast as well, going straight for any human or pet food that he finds scattered around the home. To no one's surprise, however, he does like to cause a little havoc in destroying a couple of furniture items. It is still a wild animal after all. This zebra specifically had a knack for trying to steal clothes from off the clothing line and tearing them apart. Despite him being an absolute little monster, the family adores his bizarre antics, even if it's costing them quite a bit of money. Would you be able to raise a zebra if given the chance? A giant Amazonian centipede was discovered in a home out in Texas. The Amazonian centipede is the biggest centipede in the world, so to find one that is not in the Amazon would rightfully scare anyone. Discovered on their daughter's room rocking chair, this thing had to be at least a foot long, just crawling along the side of the furniture. When the mom had first gone in there, she was actually in denial about what she was looking at, but when it finally clicked into her mind that it was indeed a giant centipede, she quickly grabbed her daughter and hightailed it out of there. Giant centipedes are terrifying because they can take down animals bigger than themselves, such as birds, bats, or frogs. They are considered to still be venomous, although not entirely harmful to humans, but still enough to do some insane damage. What would you do if you found this thing in your room? Baby elephant breaks into home and urinates all over the floor. Younger animals don't seem to have much caution as their adult counterparts do, which is pretty much on par with every mammal in existence. This baby elephant just saunters right on in, squeezing past people and going straight into the kitchen for some food. Even if it's just a baby though, these things are extremely heavy, with baby elephants weighing up to 300 pounds. Try getting that thing out of there by yourself. Obviously, they'll go to the bathroom anywhere, and he chooses to go right there in the middle of the living room. Despite it being considered tiny, its curiosity caused an insane amount of damage around the home. But because they're so darn cute, they can easily get away with this. But let's just hope the mama isn't anywhere nearby. We don't want her becoming upset at being split from her calf for too long. You wake up and you see a lion at the edge of your bed, or an elephant breaking into your kitchen. It's terrifying, right? This lion ambushes a man in his home at 3 a.m. There is nothing more terrifying than seeing one of the world's greatest predators disturb you in the middle of the night while you're trying to get a drink or a snack, because in reality, they're probably searching for the same thing as well. Seeing those eyes reflecting back up at you from the bottom of the stairs is a terrifying sight. It is as if the lion was caught in the act of sneaking up the stairs stairs to try and get into his bedroom. Upon further research though, in the comment section that is, this giant feline is actually someone's pet. People actually own lions as an exotic animal, and this ferocious kitty was coming up the stairs to remind his owner that it's time to feed them. I don't know about you, but I don't think I'd be brave enough to own one of these creatures, knowing they could attack at any given moment. A deer finds itself smashing into a living room wall, knocking down an entire painting. During the summer, especially if you live in a more forested area, it's probably best to keep your doors closed at all times, or you might find yourself in a similar situation. Animals coming in through the doors and windows aren't anything new, but something must have absolutely terrified this creature to a point that it needed to run into the house for shelter. Was it possibly a bear outside? Who knows? But the poor thing managed to get itself stuck underneath the painting for a little bit. The poor kid on the couch as well got so spooked about the sudden barge that he ran out the door. Me too, kid. Me too. Thankfully though, the deer seemed perfectly alright despite its insane parkour choice, and they managed to safely guide the animal out of the home. This bear was determined to take over this family's home. What's worse than a wild animal accidentally breaking into your home? A wild animal breaking into your home with an attitude. While he was preparing dinner, a man heard the front door handle begin to jiggle weirdly with the sounds of pounding against the wood. The front door then swung open as this massive black bear made its way into his home. Still remaining in the kitchen, the man takes out his phone to record as he begins to yell at the bear, screaming at it to get out while it's just casually exploring the hallway. While he's yelling at it in the video, it doesn't seem to budge, but rather challenges the man and attempts at moving closer. Quickly springing into action, the guy behind the camera starts moving instead to appear more threatening to guide this wild creature back out. And thankfully, it worked, because if the bear truly wanted to get past him, he would. A mountain lion makes its way into a suburban home and watches them from the window while the family is out on the streets. Imagine the worst case scenario of when an animal breaks into your home that you're the one that's forced to evacuate because of it. Sadly, there isn't any crazy story as to how it got in the house, but rather the family just happened to notice this creature in their living room out of their peripheral vision. They didn't waste a second before they quickly ran out of the house and made sure the door was closed behind them. This is definitely an animal that you want to leave for the professionals. To top it off, the mountain lion mockingly stares at them from the master bedroom window, looking down at them as this cat has now complete control over the home. Would you take the chance to fight off this cat? An alligator breaks into a Louisiana home and he ain't going down without a fight. Even if they're a smaller size like the one in this video, an alligator can still do some insane damage with its jaws. This all happened in the middle of the night when the owner of the home heard their dog going absolutely ballistic downstairs. When they came down to see what was going on, they saw this alligator with its jaws wide open trying to scare off the dog. This creature apparently came through the dog door as well, which was only a flap, making it easily accessible for this guy to just saunter on in. Thankfully, the pest control people came and did their best at securing this guy. He did not go down without a fight though, and the moment that hook secured around its neck, it went absolutely crazy. The worker had to carry this thing out in the most comedic way as well, but thankfully, no animal was harmed in the process. Just a little spooked. Have you ever had a crazy animal break into your home? Tell us your tale down below, and I'll be sure to talk about it in the next video.